Good afternoon, musicians. My name is Mr. Singletary, here again for your weekly music lesson, part 3 on MCPSS TV. So a quick shout out to my 4 schools, E.R. Dixon, Linecoff, Collins Rhodes, and Just 4. Let's start off, as we have been, with our hello song. Pat? Hello, musicians. Hello, musicians. Hello, musicians. Play and sing along. Hello, musicians. Hello, musicians. Won't you sing and play along with me? Pat and snap, pat, snap. Keep going and sing. Hello, musicians. Hello, musicians. Hello, musicians. Play and sing along. Hello, musicians. Hello, musicians. Won't you sing and play along with me? All right. We have been singing our major scale each week, so you are all probably beginning to get used to that. So we won't review each sound this time. We'll just jump right in and sing the major scale. Sing with me. 1, 2, ready, sing. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. One more. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Good work. Thank you for singing that along with me. Let's review what we did last week quickly. Last week we counted our quarter notes using beat numbers 1 through 4. We counted our eighth notes using the beat numbers 1 through 4 for the downbeat, the first half, and the sound and for the upbeat, the second half of the beat. We counted our quarter rest by silently counting the number of the beat that we are on. And we even did some rock and roll drum rhythms at the end for our bass drum, our snare drum, and our hi-hat. This week, we're going to move forward. We're going to take what we learned about rhythm, and we're going to begin to learn more about pitch and melody this week. So let's look in the middle section here. We're going to learn the definitions of the words staff, pitch, and melody. We're going to identify the sounds for sol, mi, and la, and see where they are on the staff. And we're going to perform a song using those 3 sounds from the major scale that we've been working on. Let's get right back into rhythm from last week, just for fun, with our fake drum set, our homemade drum set. Now again, if you have anything at home that you could use to tap along with, real drumsticks, fake drumsticks, your fingers, I've got a couple of wooden spoons. You could use metal spoons or forks. Anything that you can get your 2 hands on, and then your feet, and let's just review those rhythms. At the end of the lesson today, we'll play this drum rhythm along with the sol, mi, la melody that you'll learn throughout this lesson. So let's start with our bass drum, quarter notes on that top line, nice and slow. With that right foot. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep that right foot going. Take the left hand, and let's do line 2 for the snare drum. 2, 4, 2, 4. Keep that going. Let's do line 3. Straight 8th notes for the hi-hat. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. All right, it's fun to just make music using whatever you have around the house and act like a drummer would act. Don't drive mom and dad too crazy with that, though. Sometimes I drive my wife crazy with these sounds, I know. Let's look at a musical staff now and talk about the word staff. We'll come back to our percussion at the end. So the staff is the group of lines and spaces where musicians will read and write music. The full staff has 5 lines and 4 spaces. But to just begin to read music on the staff, we're going to start with a simple 2-line staff like you see on the board right now. So it has, as the name suggests, a top line and a bottom line. Nothing more, nothing less. We do, however, have a space between those 2 lines. We could also use that space. We have a space on top of the top line and a space below the bottom line. So we can use these lines and spaces as musicians. We can write circles and other symbols on these spaces to show musicians what they need to be playing as they're reading the music. We'll put different pitches on different lines and different spaces of the staff. Let's talk about the word pitch for just a minute. Now, if you're one of my students at my 4 schools, you know I like to describe pitch as high sounds and low sounds. So repeat after me. High, high, high. Low, low, low. High, high, high. Low, low, low. I know it sounds kind of silly, making those extreme high sounds and extreme low sounds, but that's what pitch is, how high or how low a sound is. Imagine we're on a baseball field and we want to throw the ball way out from home plate all the way out to the outfield. We need to throw it pretty high. So pretend that you have a baseball, you're on home plate, you're going to throw it way high so that it goes far out to the outfield. Let's count down from 3 and throw our pretend baseball. 3, 2, 1, high! Do that one more time with me. 3, 2, 1, high! And now let's pretend we need to throw it low. We're just at a practice. We're just going to pretty much roll it from home plate to the pitcher in the middle of the field. He's not all that far, considering the size of a baseball field. So let's just pitch it nice and low across to the pitcher. 3, 2, 1, low. One more. 3, 2, 1, low. Now I know again it seems kind of silly, it sounds kind of silly, but it's a good way to think about pitch as we begin to learn what that word means in music. Let's go back to our 2-line staff, and I want to begin by showing you 2 musical pitches. Now you probably remember from the major scale we've been working on, we have a sound for so, and we have a sound for me. So is higher, it sounds higher, the pitch is higher. So we're going to put it on the higher of the 2 lines. Me is a little bit lower, so we're going to put it on the lower of the 2 lines. Let's sing those 2 sounds. So and me. Repeat after me. So, so, so. Me, me, me. So, so, so. Me, me, me. Good. There's not an extreme difference there, but there's a little bit of difference in pitch. So sounds a little higher. Me sounds a little bit lower. We're going to do a few examples of reading just these 2 pitches on a 2-line staff. Now each of these examples coming up has 4 different beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're just going to do 1 sound per beat. And many of these examples have the 4th beat as a quarter rest. Now rather than looking at that strange funny symbol that we've learned for quarter rest, it's going to keep things simple and just write the letter Z, because the quarter rest does look a little bit like a letter Z. So let's do a few examples. My turn, then your turn, using so, then me. So, me, so. So, me, so. Good. The next one has so, followed by another so, and then ends with me. So, so, me. So, so, me. And another. This is kind of the opposite of the last one. It has me, followed by another me, then moves up in space and up in pitch to so. Me, me, so. Me, me, so. Good. Let's do just one more. This one begins with me, moves up to so, repeats so, and then has, of course, our quarter rest. Me, so, so. Me, so, so. Awesome. We'll skip over this one so that I can teach you the next sound. Now, if you remember from our major scale, after we sing so, the next pitch is la. That's the third and last pitch that we want to learn today. If I have a two-line staff, because la is the next pitch in the major scale after so, I'm simply going to put la on the space above that top line, on the space above the line for so. Now we're going to do some examples that have me, so, and la. Before we get into these examples though, I want us to refresh our ears with the sound of that full major scale. So sing it with me one more time, and then we'll do our examples. 1, 2, start with do. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. So you'll notice that mi is the third pitch, so is the fifth pitch, la is the sixth pitch. Let's sing these examples. Now these each just have 3 sounds. We won't do them all. We'll do about 3 examples. We're going to do the top example from each of these next 3 pages. I'll sing, then you sing. Mi, so, la. Mi, so, la. Good. The next example starts on what sound? Can you identify that before I say it to you? If you said la, you were correct. Because like we talked about before, it's on the space above that top line, the space above the line for so. I'll sing, you repeat after me. La, mi, so. La, mi, so. Good. And one more example with these 3 sounds. This one starts on so, then moves to mi on the bottom line of the 2-line staff, and ends with, yes, your newest pitch, la. I'll sing, then you repeat. So, mi, la. So, mi, la. Good. Now I want to define the word melody for you. Melody is an extremely important word in music. We can define melody as pitches that follow one another in a song. Read that out loud with me at home. Melody, pitches that follow one another in a song. So as you move forward in the song, changing the pitch, changing the rhythm, you have now what we call a melody. Melody is interesting because it has not only rhythm, but also pitch. You have to have both of those musical elements to have a melody, both rhythm which we've been talking about for the last 2 weeks, and also pitch, which we began talking about today. So I have a few examples for you. Let's just do 2 examples of this. We're going to listen, and I want you to look at these 2 line staffs, and for each of these examples, you'll have 2 choices. You see so, then me, then la in that first choice, and in the second choice, so, me, so, me. So I want you to listen closely and see if you can identify with your ear which melody does the example sound like. Let me move over to the computer, play the example for you.
Can you clap your...
Kind of cut off that last note. Let's try it again.
Can you clap your...
Give you a minute to think about that, and I'll play it one more time. See if you can identify which example it is.
Can you clap your...
If you said the first choice, you were correct. Let's do just one more. So here we have in the first example, so, twice, followed by me twice, and then so, 2 more times, but each of those 2 last times, so takes up an entire beat. And in the second choice, we have me, so, me, me. Let's see what we hear.
Wavers choo-choo train in.
And I'll play that one more time.
Wavers choo-choo train is.
If you said the first choice, again, you're correct. Good work. Let's flip back over to our slides. And go from there because it is time to begin to learn a song. This is a great song that has a game with it. It's wonderful for you elementary students to hear, to sing, and to play when you're in a classroom with other students. You can play this at home as well. It's called Acca-Bacca, and it has only those 3 pitches that we've been learning today. So I'm going to sing it for you, and I want you to read along with your eyes as I play this melody. Acca-bacca, soda cracker, acca-bacca, boo. Acca-bacca, soda cracker, out goes you. See if you can sing that with me. Ready, go. Acca-bacca, soda cracker, acca-bacca, boo. Acca-bacca, soda cracker, out goes you. Good. So you'll notice that rather than our musical notes with our circles and lines, we have in this example crackers. That's a fun little graphic we can look at as we begin to learn to read music to a song like this. So the first 2 crackers are on the line for what pitch? Do you remember? The top line, when we have 2 lines, is so. And then we move up to the space above the top line. That's la. Again, we go back to so, and then our last 2 notes in this measure, this group, are on the bottom line. That means they're me. Good. This time I'm going to sing it again, but I'm going to use the sounds so, me, and la. So, so, la, la, so, so, me, so, so, la, la, so. So, so, la, la, so, so, me, so, so, me. Sing that with me. So, so, la, la, so, so, me, so, so, la, la, so. So, so, la, la, so, me, so, me. Good. Now what I want to do is I want to go back to our drum set and see if you can do this with me at home. Let's just put in the foot nice and slow, slower than we just sang it. Slower than we played at the beginning because we're adding a lot of stuff now. Keep that right foot going. Quarter notes, bass drum. Now put the snare on beats 2 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Hi-hat. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now let's sing. Ready? Go. Acca, bacca, soda cracker. Acca, bacca, boo. Acca, bacca, soda cracker. Out goes you. One more time. Acca, bacca, soda cracker. Acca, bacca, boo. Acca, bacca, soda cracker. Out goes you. Good. I hope you enjoyed learning that acca-bacca melody with me. If we were to actually look at the real sheet music to acca-bacca, it would look something like this. Now you're going to see more than 2 lines. Now you're going to see the real musical staff, which has 5 lines and 4 spaces, and we'll begin to learn a little bit more about the musical staff next week. And what are we going to do with those other lines and other spaces that you can see? So let's review what we covered in music today. We learned 3 musical definitions: pitch, how high or low a sound is; staff, the lines and spaces where we read and write music; and melody, the pitches that follow one another in a song. We read and sang mi, so, and la on the staff, and we performed the melody of acca-bacca, reading rhythm and pitch. We even did acca-bacca along with our homemade drum set. I hope you all have a wonderful week. Stay safe. We miss you. See you next time.